Hello everyone, welcome to PDC Season 8. Best of two between Our Paws One is Legend versus Griefers Without Borders. I'm joined by co-casters Alex and Sari. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
What's up, gamers?
Why did I get first name then he got handled?
You want me to primo you?
Speak on that. Tell me about
I don't know
that.
Sari's real name. It's like John or something.
If you did, you would dox him if you knew his
My
full
real name is
address.
Jacoby.
Jacoby, there you go.
That's not true. My real name is Jonathan.
John, yeah. Jonathan. Alright, anyway. Brand new patch, 7.39, just came out an hour before this game, so just completely throws all of the statistics from this this league.
Given that I've already solved the meta, I'm very confused by a lot of these openings. Yeah. I think the Enigma ban is a little bit questionable, especially since this hero just got nerfed. Even if he had it, if it's not like he's been massively contested in the openers, even more so, even if he does, you have so many options in the pool to counter it. So I think that's a little bit questionable of a ban personally. Everything else I can see an excuse for. Ancient Apparition gets a little bit of a nerf, not enough to make him really meaningfully worse. I did not finish the patch notes, but I saw enough to see Ancient Apparition. We have to see the new Clockwork Facet, right? Like, that's just non-negotiable.
God, I hope so.
For those
Yeah,
watching
it's
at
gotta
home
happen.
that haven't read the patch notes just yet, Clockwork can eat chainmails to gain permanent 4 armor each time he does.
Yep.
You do have to give up the expanded armaments for that, which is a very powerful facet, but it is pretty funny to do.
When was the last time you guys saw a Kunkka?
Pretty recently.
I think the hero's totally fine. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but anecdotally, I haven't seen a Kunkka in what feels like a while. It's an interesting first pick. Presumably, you would think they first pick it because it's a flex, right?
I think they just want it. I
It's
don't think it's a flex.
Yeah, it's a pretty powerful hero just by itself.
So you think it's if you think it's not a flex, do you think it's mid or
Gotta be, right? I mean, he's so strong in the mid lane. Just flash farms up, gets really strong really fast.
does Kunkka flash farm though?
He does.
He can. Definitely can.
He's got built-in cleave.
So true. You just got to get that coddle to get the double Tidebringer. Then we're cooking with
Kunkka's
gas.
change was when he X's himself, he gets hit with rum, I think on one of his facets.
You know what? This is a great opportunity to control F on some
So
heroes.
true.
Upon return, now always applies Ghost Ship's Admiral Rum buff to Kunkka himself.
Is it
It's only on the
facet?
one facet, right?
It's on the Grog Blossom facet.
Gotcha. So we're probably not gonna see it this game.
I'm not gonna speculate on that because I don't know what those words mean. So
Used to be a bit of a Kunkka spammer. He's
sorry
like,
to hear that.
you sorry? Why are you sorry to hear that?
Sorry to hear that.
Damn.
It's all about being better than who you were yesterday.
He's so fun though.
So next band's coming out. We see Sand King, Darkseer, pretty powerful offlaners. Sand King was occasionally played mid last patch. Sand King got changed around quite a bit. He has his old Sandstorm now works the way it used to, where it gives invis, its large radius, and his facets got reworked to be.
Oh yeah.
One is now when he hits things in Sandstorm, it blinds enemies, and the other one is like it deals caustic finale instantly, no matter if the hero or the unit dies or not. So big like nuke damage on E.
Yeah, the half caustic damage on the E I think is gonna be really good this patch.
Yeah, a lot of heroes seem pretty viable now. Like all the meta heroes, it felt got nerfed from 7.38. So a lot of opportunity for heroes to come forward, make their names known.
The Slardar comes out. Slardar, if I'm remembering correctly, got a big nerf, right? It's like 3 less armor at level 1.
Yeah, big
Base
lane
armor
phase now.
decreased by 1.
Base armor 2 and 1 in lane, right? Or like the innate.
And then the
innate
Seaborn
is-
Sentinel innate bonus armor increased from 1, 2, 3, 4 to 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, it was increased. Okay. So slightly worse armor when you're not in a puddle.
It seems kind of like mostly inconsequential.
It matters for laning phase. You're not going to be wanting to spam your W.
Dark Willow got
Dark
a
Willow
nice
got a
buff.
little bit of a buff, yes.
Like a 1 second cooldown increase or decrease.
Her got a 1 second cooldown decrease at every level of Shadow Realm, and then her innate, which gives her bonus mana and health regen while untargetable, like with Shadow Realm, went from 100% to 150%. So it's easier now to like play aggressive in the lane, and then pop your Shadow Realm, pop Salve, pop Clarity, and then once you leave Shadow Realm, you're gonna be good to go again.
This Abaddon pick is interesting because carry Abaddon became a little bit nicer this patch because of how like the shard got swapped around. So this could be a flexed Abaddon pick. Could see this support or carry, depending on what Griefers wants to do.
It's nice to have the Aphotic Shield against Slardar. But I'm not sure what else it's doing.
Well, as a support, it's not really something Clockwork can go on. Like, Clockwork likes to see squishy supports that he can just jump on and burst, but Abaddon is not one of those heroes.
That's true.
Dark Willow as well. It's kind of hard for Clockwork to kill that hero. And the Dark Willow just throws a bunch of stuff on the Clockwork, and the Clockwork doesn't have a fun time.
I think Willow Kunkka play very nicely together, and Abaddon Kunkka, there's not like anything crazy there. So what I'm wanting to see this Abaddon pick facilitate is some like greedier carry that can threaten to solo the game, and just giving them the front line of that and the support tools. Something like a sniper or a drow, something, or like a gyro, something of that nature. I'm not in love with the pick with what we see currently, but I think it can become a lot more compelling as the draft continues. Time to Control F Lich.
Yeah, you get a new facet, right?
Removed Frostbound
Jug,
facet.
too.
I don't remember what that was.
Well, it's integrated now. So it's the one that made his ult circle around things when the
it could linger.
So it's now built in, and his Sinister Gaze got buffed, where he does extra magic damage to targets that are Sinister Gazed, and it drains more mana now. It did something else. It increases like the slows as well, I'm pretty sure. So it just causes Sinister Gaze to just debuff enemies, basically. You see Juggernaut picked up next. So you have some nice targets for the Frost Armor to throw on. Juggernaut, I wouldn't say Juggernaut's particularly good against this draft. Abaddon doesn't really care about Omni. Dark Willow can W Omni. Kunkka is really tanky for Omni Slash.
I think it's totally fine. Against Kunkka, you just have the Blade Fury constantly, and if you don't, you can dodge with Omni Slash if it comes down to that. Against the Willow, you dodge Brambles, you hurt her through Shadow Realm via Blade Fury. You can go Diffusal if that's something you'd like to do. You can build Nullifier for the Necrophos, and along all of that, it's a new patch, so going with really simple stuff and heroes that can like exploit a little bit of chaos like a Juggernaut go up in value just a little bit.
True.
And then for the laning phase, it's either paired with Clock or Lich. I think the Lich goes with the Slardar, even though I think Lich Jug is a little more appealing for the slow combinations with Blade Fury. The other thing is, I don't know if you want to play Clock versus Necrophos. Maybe you just have to bite the bullet and you go Clock Slardar, so that Lich Jug is like a solid lane and can threaten to kill the Necro. Because I'm assuming the Necro is 3 currently. But that remains to be seen.
You probably want to just put the Clockwork where you don't think the Necro is going to be. I think that would be the best strategy. Because if he's against the Necro, it's not going to be a fun lane, but at least Lich can play against it. Last bands, we see Dawnbreaker, which got buffed. Legion also got buffed. Odie and Lone Druid get banned out as well. Lone Druid is probably a targeted ban. And Odie tells me Griefers is probably doesn't see their mid, which I agree with.
I'm not convinced of Griefers' draft so far. I feel like they lack damage. They certainly lack burst damage. If their idea is we'll force the enemy to fight us because our initiation isn't great, but we'll force them to fight us, and then we'll win the team fight. That loses a little bit of its luster if your threat of pushing objectives is as weak as it is. Who kills towers on this team so far? It's like very slow. It's not that scary. If they start falling behind and need to make gank plays, they have like Kunkka Willow, but it's not a ton of damage, and what the damage they do have is partly relegated to some fairly mid to high cooldown ultimates. I think Radiant's draft is easier to execute on a lower tempo with less commitment. It's easier for them to make space without involving the Juggernaut. And I think so far I'm seeing an easier draft execution from Pause One as Legend.
I agree with that.
I'm hoping they can rectify the situation with their final pick.
Yeah, I feel like our Plasma as Legend just kind of needs like a big team vital. They like to pick Quap on our Pause One and give it to Emu. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Quap here. Just something with like that, you know, nice, easy team fight ability. Griefers, they're running out of time here. They're going to have to pick something. They probably need like AoE damage or something.
Night Stalker.
Night Stalker.
So they are
What
cooking.
the hell?
They are cooking, which I respect. So here's the tricky thing. It's hard for me to analyze this because I feel so in the dark about what roles these heroes are. Dark Willow is a support. That's locked in. Probably pause 4. Abaddon is probably pause 5. I think this is
You don't think it's
or
Abaddon?
or it's Abaddon 1 Night Stalker 3.
I think it's 1
No.
Abaddon, 3 Nights.
I don't know.
Support Kunkka.
That could be.
Kunkka being support is probably more appealing against a Juggernaut. Lina.
As a Kunkka player, Alex, do you like Kunkka into this draft? Would you want to play mid, or would you think you'd throw him in as a support?
I would absolutely take mid against these guys and then just try to get active as fast as possible. Especially if it's... Who's their mid? It's gotta be Lina, right?
Lina is the mid for Radiant.
I've seen some awkward Slardar mids before, but yeah, I would favor Kunkka heavily in the mid matchup, but with the way their team is rounded out for Griefers, I'm just not sure if that's where they want to put him. They might be trying to do some crazy Kunkka Night Stalker shenanigans in the off lane.
With the issues or the pain points I was already worrying about for Dire's draft, I don't think Night Stalker solves any of them, and in fact kind of doubles down on them. Also, if Night Stalker is in a carry role, it may feel a little more awkward for Night Stalker to be active during nighttime and make rotations and those sorts of things that a pause 3 might be more inclined to do, or even a mid. Additionally, it's the thing of like, you can make plays and you can get a little more damage, but it's partially contingent on long cooldown ultimates. Granted, he's like stronger at nighttime, but still flying versus no flying. It's still not quite the same.
Mm-hmm.
Furthermore, if he is in a carry role, then people want to be making space for him. He doesn't want to be showing up all the time. So it's entirely possible that they can pull this off, but I think their draft is substantially harder to execute than Radiant's. But I'd like to see them do it.
Sadly, Clockwork did go expanded armature, so we're not.
Fucking pussy, dude.
Come on, man.
Fuck this guy. Man.
I want to see him turn into a machine that takes chainmail and makes it into permanent armor.
Same, brother. Patch came out like 45 minutes ago, and we're not trying new facets. This is like the start of the league, too, right? You gotta.
We're about like 4 series in, 3 or 4. There were some significant map changes as well, which might come into play with how this game goes. The triangle.
There were map
Still not
changes.
used to the pings.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
used to the
don't think I
pings.
would call them significant.
Look at the Radiant Triangle, man. What are you talking
Look
about?
at the lotuses. The lotus pools. We have Abaddon.
Oh, we got a little bit of a skirmish here in the top lane. Catching out the Abaddon with the clock, and he's going to be going down for first blood, I believe, to Emu on the Lina. Very nice play. Smoke gank, successful.
Abaddon. Dire kind of split up at the start of the game there. It was Necro Abaddon top lane. Abaddon just kind of walking around, not with his team, got caught out there. Nice cogs, secured that kill. Look at these fancy
People are
pings.
fucking around with the fancy pings.
Look at the river effects. Oh my goodness. The game
It's going so fast. It's a rapid.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I didn't read any. Is that listed as a change? Because I didn't see that.
No.
Dude, Pip is gonna be so excited. He's gonna be so excited. That is good again, you guys. We did it.
Can I show?
Oh, they did send the Kunkka mid. Very nice. So it's Necro 1?
I guess so.
Yeah, so the lanes are going to be Night Stalker 3, supported by Dark Willow. Jug 1, supported by Lich. So the Lich did avoid the Necro. Or, Clock did go into the Necro, so probably not going to be a fun Clock lane. Mid lane, it's Lina Kunkka. Top lane, Slardar 3, supported by Clock, going up against Necrophos 1, supported by Abaddon. Interesting.
I'd like to hear
That's
your
a
guys'
cancer
thoughts on these lanes, and if you expect, who do you expect to win each lane, and if you expect any of these lanes to be bloody. I think Kunkka wins mid, and nobody dies before level 6 unless somebody messes up really hard.
Yeah, that's probably
Top
how I would
lane-
evaluate it.
Maybe like Abaddon dies. I think that's the only hero who might die. Bottom seems like it could be the most bloody, and it could also benefit a lot from a clockwork rotation. I don't think Clock just AFKs top for the whole lane.
Night Stalker notably did go the Void facet, so we do start the game during the day, so he's going to have a little bit of
interesting.
a time laning phase.
I didn't
but
notice
have
that.
better farming ability. Abaddon getting caught in the tower under Cogs, getting pushed around it, very low.
It looks like he's dead.
Very nice.
Nice bounces by the seal there.
Would have been even
Continues
nicer if he
to
could buy a chainmail and get some armor, though.
continues to rep 100% of the deaths in this game.
That is a little unfortunate. Top lane, I feel like Dire's safe lane with Abaddon Necro is kind of cancer. When they get a couple of levels between the heals and the Apothic shields, it's going to be impossible to kill them unless they literally dive tower and get cogged out, kind of like what happened there.
I think it's cancer if you're so like kill brained.
Ooh, looks like Jug's going to be able to pick up a kill on the Night Stalker down in the bottom lane. Very nice. Spin, notably, is a good skill again.
It does flat damage instead of based off of the attack speed.
Thank God for that.
Nice, nice. We're back, baby. Lotus is coming up. I feel like Radiant should be able to get both of these, but Cogs were committed.
This is on the attack. Abaddon's just standing.
Ooh, Abaddon's getting low.
Blood grenade.
Not again.
Stunned pretty heavily, and there he goes. Ooh.
That's rough.
Well, you know,
More
somebody
damage.
recently
It's
told
not
me.
over.
Oh no! Wow, going for the Necro too. Necro not.
Burial.
Oh, he does have the shroud. Shroud's away. Still taking quite a bit of damage.
the
Oh, nice cogs. Very nice
gets
cogs.
it.
But will
He
it be
missed.
enough? He misses. And
Lotus.
unfortunately, Necro's going to be. God, he's running in. One stun's coming up. Doesn't decide to dive for it. Probably wise.
He could probably dive that tower for another 45 seconds if he had like maybe I don't know, like 4 additional armor. Just a bit better.
Abaddon choosing to walk to lane instead of TP. Giving the
Oh, we got a
Necro
mid
some
D ward,
solo
guys.
XP.
Mid's exciting. Mid
She
D ward.
finally got it.
We got a mid D ward.
They had vision of that the whole time.
Mid lane is the place to be, fellas. 9 denies to 2. That's
Top
kind
lane,
of
Cogs
substantial.
again. Necro no mana.
Necro gotta be going down here. Oh no, he's got the shield. Living with just barely any HP.
Exciting.
Life-saving
top
creep
lane.
wave.
Very exciting. Top
Very
lane. We
exciting.
got a Dark Willow coming mid.
Lena's body blocking gets the water run first.
Very
kinda
nice,
cheeky.
but
Does
little
LSA,
too.
Can she land it?
Oh, she does get the LSA, but the root. Taking a lot of damage, misses the Q, and she's pretty much out of juice here. Those right clicks doing quite a bit of damage, though. Night Stalker coming in, and they'll be taking down the Lina. Kunkka running home for HP and mana. Crazy rotations.
Willow walked to mid manually, whereas Night Stalker TP'd. Lots of space for Jug. I would like to see Ledge make some stacks here with the free space.
Ooh, Necrophos, no mana. He's in a rough spot, and he's going to be going down.
This is definitely not how you want a lane with Abaddon to go.
Abaddon Necro. I'm surprised they are losing.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say this is not how you want any lane to go. Just dying, not really getting that much farm. I mean, what's the last hits looking like for old Necrophos?
17 to 16. Last hits do not paint a grim tail.
Yeah, it's the kills.
You gotta go to the scoreboard to.
I suppose that's true. He's losing out on XP and
3 deaths.
Right,
but I mean, versus the Juggernaut in the other side of the map, who seems to be farming all right, versus the Necro and the Dark Willow, even managing to get a kill earlier.
Here's one of the situations that's awkward about a support Abaddon. Now you're falling behind, and top lane sucks. On other supports, you might be like, okay, this lane's kind of screwed. I'm going to go ahead and stack it and roam or like help somebody else out. You can't really threaten to do that as an Abaddon. You can't like gank people. So he feels kind of stuck here. Whereas Slarder can like solo, which he's now doing, and Clock's taking advantage of that. Roaming, securing top rune, gets the haste for Lina. That's big. They can go wherever they want with this Laguna. And with Nightstein and Nightstalker and Phase Boots, they definitely need to make something happen, either with the Nightstalker moving or the Kunkka moving to the Nightstalker.
Ooh, Lina's headed top with the haste rune. Not looking good for Necro. Yeah, that's going to be the end of him. Laguna committed, and she's running back to mid. Bottom lane's got some action going. It looks like a false start.
Well, almost ran into the root again on that Juggernaut.
Dark Willow very low, but I don't believe she's going to be dying
can
here.
die.
Kunkka
She
is
can
coming, though. He's got the boat. Not committing it. Very disciplined. Okay. Nice rotation by him.
Turn on zoom.
Looks like Wisdoms are going to go 1 for 1.
There we go.
I think you need to kill this Lina at least once. Somebody rotates to help the Kunkka out with the kill. Can be Willow, can be Nightstalker. Probably the Willow is the best candidate.
Do you think
I don't think if you're Dire, you can afford to just be like statically farming. I don't think it's going to work out for you.
Do you think the Nightstalker should be like immediately roaming once he gets his 6 and try to salvage these other 2 lanes?
Nightstalker can potentially roam before level 6, and one of the ways people could play it, and I often did when I played more Nightstalker, is on first nighttime, if like you're not threatening to get kills in your lane, and the way this game going, you're not. You roam on your first nighttime, you get a kill or 2, and that gets you level 6, and then it can become daytime again, and you chain the real nighttime into your artificial nighttime and get 1 or 2 more kills again. I feel like with the way Dwyer's draft is going, Nightstalker has to be the playmaker for the tail end of this laning phase. And so far we've already like missed some opportunities.
Skirmish in the bottom lane. Darkwill is getting awfully low near this creep camp. Will go down. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Kunkka's Invis rune. Looking for a Prag up here. Ooh. Just barely gets away on the Nightstalker.
Trying to catch
Clock rotating down there.
It feels bad not to get the kill with Omni, but it kind of doesn't matter a ton either. Because if Nightstalker's low, it doesn't feel like he can make plays. The rest of Radiant is kind of safe.
Kunkka running mid.
Kunkka running back mid. Got a Dark Willow there. Oh, it's not looking good for Lina.
Misses the root.
You gotta kill her.
Ooh, which TP
big
though?
ball.
That's unfortunate. Great rotations by the Radiant here to take out the Kunkka. Just barely misses the kill with that Tidebringer.
There's obviously like the unfortunate component of Bramble's missing, and you're like a little bit of a missed execution. I would have also hoped to see. You can dive bottom.
Oh,
Should be a
Judge
jug
manning
kill.
up, nowhere else to run.
That's a nice pick. Also get an
Meanwhile, top
Abaddon
lane,
kill.
Oh, jeez. A lot of murder.
Last thing I wanted to see at their mid though is I would have loved to see that play happen for the Dark Willow Kunkka way earlier. I think they're just like they're making the plays they need to, but far too late.
Well, they did try it earlier, and they ended up killing Lena, but it was kind of awkward.
Which almost got vision of the Night Stalker there. He was running away. Probably wouldn't have killed him with the Q, but it was close.
Slaughter is hunting for the
Oh,
necro.
he's...
Waiting for a clock, looks like.
No, he's waiting for him to Q. Yep, there's the Q.
Oh my god, he just erases that HP bar.
Hook
Nice
shot.
stun on the hook shot, and there's another kill on the Necrophos. Very nice coordination by the Radiant there.
Lena's
Meanwhile-
pretty low. I'm not sure how she got low. I don't know if she was just farming or if they used some spells.
There's...
They're chasing
Seems
them.
like they're chasing her. Oh, just barely misses the Bramble.
Omni used on Abaddon. Doesn't have ult yet.
Very nice. Looks like this is going to
Level
be
5, so this is a kill.
another death on the Abaddon. And Dark
Willow
Willow
goes
is
for it
also dying.
And it's falling apart. That's tricky.
It appears they have lost basically all their lanes. Where is net worth? Night Stalker is the only one who has any kind of net worth on Dire. And it's currently daytime, no Dark Ascension, so that hero doesn't really contribute to fights at the moment. I feel like if they want to get back into this game, they need to just get tons of stacks up, and then Night Stalker gets his 9, gets the level 5 Void, and just like flash farms them. Or maybe put them on Kunkka. Just, you gotta
I
get
think
them
it's
to go
too
right
late
now.
for the bulk of any stacking you would want to do. And partially that's because the first team to take your stacks is going to be Radiant. It's not going to be you. Definitely need level 6 on Dark Willow. That's the first step to starting to make anything happen. Fortunate kill on Night Stalker. We're seeing Necro go for the straight Radiance. Has the Talisman of Evasion finished. Plays are being made on the Kunkka first, so we'll wait on that.
Hookshot hits the creep, so Clock can't get him in the cogs.
Oh, it misses the cogs too. Gets a nice torrent off, and it looks like he's out of there.
Yeah, he's out of here.
Oh, they're charging uphill. Not worried about anything Dire can do about it.
Oh, Will's in trouble.
Comes the boat on Lich. Getting awfully low, but I don't know if they have the juice to take him down here.
Dire's TPing in. Necro's here.
Cogs, nice cogs. Necro's here, though.
No mana for Scythe. Night Stalker coming in.
Very unfortunate.
Stalker.
Very surprising nobody's died yet. Night Stalker going after the Jug in the back line. He doesn't have mana for Omni Slash. Nice LSA, but gets away with the flying through the pit. Radiant's getting pretty low here. It's anybody's fight at this point.
Yeah, Dire wants to do something, but they don't really have the juice to do it. And now Dark Ascension's out, so they gotta run.
Oh, and the
That's-
hookshot misses, and that's
Probably,
gonna be the
probably
end
for
of
the
the
best.
fight for
I think
sure.
Clockwork dies there.
Yeah, probably.
This
think so,
this
Wow,
this
what
whole
a
trade
fight.
of
That was
nobody
awesome.
dying. This does favor Radiant, to be clear.
yeah, wasting time.
Because no kills were secured, no objectives were secured. You used boat, you used Night Stalker ult, you used some TPs. And Radiant's gonna farm faster than you at this moment. So it's like, it seems like it might have been a wash, but it's not really.
I feel like Radiant got the most of the camps though in that double stack. Their net worth pulled away suddenly, like between.
You mean in the triangle?
Yeah, in the triangle.
There might have been like a 2 stack on the large camp. I think the Ancients were about the same. I'm not totally sure. Stacks were not what I was paying attention to in that fight. Clock might get punished here.
The last
Although still needs that 6 real bad. They're contesting the 14 Wisdom. Uh-oh, they're just gonna... Looks like they're gonna get on Radiant. That's really tough.
Level 5 Dark Willow at 14 minutes. Never fun.
Yeah, that's brutal.
So with Necro going Radiance, and Night Stalker having Like, I'm just worried they're not gonna be able to support this Radiance build-up. If they're struggling so much. If not for Radiance, which I would prefer to see something else, but I'm trying to think, what would I want to see on Necro instead? Certainly
Yeah,
something
sure.
about some play of the game, but what is that item?
Like, you generally see like mid Necro go Boots of Travels to be more active, but you obviously don't go with that this game with all your lanes pushed in. Radiance is kind of the go-to. You could go like a Dagon maybe to try and like burst heroes to get just ult pickoffs.
I have been informed to tell Anthony that your volume is a little bit low on the stream.
Which volume?
Your volume specifically, your mic volume.
Alright, we can change that. Alright, I boosted it by 2 decibels. Hopefully that's good.
Nice. Nice. Tormentor has not spawned because now it spawns at 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, I
So
forgot
that's
about
not a
that.
play.
It's gonna spawn in the same location though. Actually, no, it's not because
I'm not sure where it spawns.
We'll have to see.
The top.
Here's what I will say. Radiance, I think, like, I'm tempted to say they're playing too passive, but if they are out farming, then it's like kind of okay. Let's see. Starter does have Blink. That's someone who can be making things happen. Lina is about to have level 2 Laguna. With level 2 Laguna, I definitely want to see something happen.
You got a
And
haste
these
too in
Radiant
the
supports
bottle.
are also quite strong. So I do think they should be grouping up.
Looks like Lena's interested in knocking down the mid T1. Fights Bruin bottom.
They drop wards down on Radiant.
Starter's TPing in.
TP's in. Night Stalker has no mana if a fight breaks
Ooh.
out. Not even enough
Nice
to
hook shot. Yeah, he's going to be going down here. Nothing to be done about it. Look at throwing out spells, but wisely gets the hell out of dodge.
That's your highest net worth hero in Dire. Now dead.
They're
I
just
think
chasing
Abaddon
some-
has just met his end here.
Go for the deny. ATP.
No cancel, no cancel.
No.
What?
Oh,
it's
he
such a
missed the
punt.
bash!
Said that.
That's brutal.
How do you-
It wasn't about missing the bash. That wasn't the problem. Clock needed to be closer, or anyone could have held their CC. It's like super, super punt by Radiant. Kunkka casting spells on Juggernaut. Presses Blade Fury. Outplayed.
Boat down.
Go
Boat
next.
faded.
It's kind of...
It felt like a desperation boat right there. Just trying to get something to happen. Anything. Now a 9k gold lead for Radiant.
Now here's the important thing for Dire's teamfight. Night Stalker's Void is now a 350 AoE ability because it's level 5. This has huge implications for the teamfight.
Yes, well, for all the enemies that
Huge
Clockwork,
implications.
it's gonna catch Night
Oh, Clock
Stalker.
misses the bounty!
Gonna be right clicking each other. Is Clock winning this?
It's close. I'm
Night
not
Stalker
sure.
Running away from the Clockwork.
Oh, but he missed the hook shot.
Clock getting pretty low here. That level 5 void does a lot of damage.
Oh!
Oh, the Lich ult
Lich
comes
saves
out,
it.
taking down the Night
All
Stalker.
baited for the Lich.
Huge.
So that's another Night Stalker ult. This is really tough. I wish I could like be more optimistic for Dire, but I don't know what they're supposed to do.
They still don't even have the Radiance on Necro yet.
You're losing on farm, you're losing on objectives. It's a tough spot to be.
The answer is probably just cut waves, make space, buy as much time as possible. Abaddon getting TP on. This is gonna be a good Abaddon.
Even that idea doesn't really work. They don't have the heroes to cut. They don't have the heroes who can like evade if Radiant starts to go on them, and Radiant definitely has the heroes to go on people who split push. It's like it's so tough.
Kanka tried to X Lena, but she very quickly got that Yules off. Combo Kanka to half. Willow getting low, doing a ton of damage to the Lich.
Ooh,
but
looks
Lena
like they
now
will be able to take out the Lina here.
Good
Necro
kill.
gets the last hit.
Radiant a little slow
Can't
at
Omni
the
Slash.
moment.
I'm not
No
sure.
Omni
Oh,
Slash.
That's
wasn't
huge.
able to get the slash off because of the silence.
Wait a minute.
I think
Dire
Lich can help out.
winning a team fight now. Slardar has to run away.
Getting awfully low on the Slar.
Ooh, one more key.
Gonna die too.
That's barely. Oh, he
Man,
does
this is a
manage to take him
huge
down.
throw.
Huge. And they're gonna mop up the Lich here. Not much to be done.
Man, huge
Huge
throw by
fight,
Radiant.
massive swing for the Dire.
So Lina and Lich.
Yeah, that's definitely what you need.
Yeah, Lina and Lich split target prioritization. They couldn't bring anybody down, and Radiant was just a little bit slow funneling heroes into that fight. You had the 2 rotations bottom, the clock and the slider, to kill the Abaddon. So
More than that, Lena just got greedy
yeah,
with the map positioning. You can play like that if you have a clockwork with you, or the slider right behind, but... So we do have Tormentor spawning in 10 seconds. Sucker ult coming up in 15, Boat coming up in 20. Tormentor is something that can be taken and contested.
It's top.
It's top, new meta. Seeing a Blink Dagger coming in on the Night Stalker.
a little bit of a sloppy
Pinging the
build
Slardar.
by Radiant. They're now playing a little bit more defensive than they were.
Seems like a tricky kill.
Slardar? There's 3 heroes here. They lack the damage though. Probably need that Night Stalker during nighttime to really bring down the Slardar.
Unfortunately, Anthony, I've been informed again that, quote, boosted it by 2 decibels, unquote, still sounds like half the volume of everybody else.
Hmm.
I don't believe you. What do you mean?
I don't know. That's just what I'm being told. Playing Wisdom, Abaddon grabs it on time. No one on Radiant has...
Alright, is that too loud?
It sounds good to me, but I'm not watching the stream.
Yeah, I think we're not going to be able to tell you.
Looks like Radiant is grouping up for the Tormentor. Slardar
Oh,
Amplify.
hooray. Torm time.
It's a nice pickup.
Man, device.
There's the
Charge for
special
the
loose
Lich.
Tormentor sound. There's the message for Tormentor. It's a whole new world.
Okay, I think
I'm
I
not
know
gonna
what
fight
it
the
was.
bottom now.
I changed it. It's probably gonna be a change in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So, Torm was
Fight Bruin
taken.
bottom.
Oh, fight Bruin bottom.
Looks like Dire might not want the smoke here.
Lena
He
does have
knows that
Axe
they're
and
clock
Courier.
charging
Are they gonna
in.
snipe it?
They're trying to bait him away from their tower. Maybe
Necro's
there's
already
just
TP'd
TP
away.
out on Necro.
Necro has shown
That's a
elsewhere.
no-go. There is a DD top. Kunkka grabbing the
Stalker
DD here.
has that reduced day vision, doesn't see the Lina coming in.
Halberd Kunkka, huh?
It's bursted.
Bots is in for the Necro top.
Hook shot, mid, finds the Kunkka,
Very nice.
cogs him up.
This fight is being taken without Lena.
Got the blade mail.
This is the right click Slaughter
This
miss
is
as
the
well.
W. Slardar coming in though. They get the Spire out. That was an
Bounce.
awful bounce.
The bounce.
Shade Frost. Oh my god. Kunkka alive due to sheer luck. What the fuck was that?
I guess this is just what fights without Lena look like.
I would be so mad if I was that Lich.
Yeah, that's damn funny. Necro has his own bots now. I think this game is far slower than it should be. Lena got Ags and then TP top to deep push a little bit. Instead of as a team going for a smoke play into Roshan or tier 2. It seems like a missed item timing.
Yeah, Radiant's net worth advantage has kind of stagnated for the last 5 minutes or so.
I wonder
Not
if that
really.
fight in the top jungle affected their desire to be aggressive at all.
The play bottom happening. Clock TPing.
Block TP's looking
Has
for the
the
hook
hook.
shot on Abaddon.
Miss.
Does not hit the hook shot on Abaddon, unfortunately. Lina, though, has got the Yule, the combo stun, pops the ult, and nice discipline by them. Oh,
Oh,
but
the
he's
cog,
TP.
the
Okay,
cog.
there we go. Thank God. Battery assault comes out, stopping that TP,
So
but
he's gotta help
Necro's
us
here
Lina.
now. Night Stalker's deep on the Lina, but there's no way to get her with the team behind Lich armor. They will take out the Clockwork, and the Dark Willow also goes down. Night Stalker looking for something.
I'd be surprised if they found anything else with how tanky they are. Oh, you get the healing ward. That's big.
Oh, yeah.
Big CS.
Blink on the Necro.
Spell's coming out from Kunkka.
It is daytime, though.
Catches Lina, but Lina with the Yule dodge. Very unfortunate. Necro taking tons of damage to the Slardar. Goes down to the Omni Slash. And it looks like Dire is running for their lives here. Kunkka finds no way out, and hopefully Abaddon can get away from this Lina, but she's pretty damn fast. No catches him on the edge of the stun, and he's going to be going down. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, she's got slow burn. She knows. She did
Radiant
the
just
math.
kind of kited out the Dark Ascension there, and as soon as that was up, they pounced. Night Stalker no longer here once it becomes daytime.
Part of the issue is that Night Stalker has Blink, which is like pretty nice, but no one is able to follow through with the Night Stalker and whatever targets he finds out of position. So it's pretty much just the Night Stalker, and if he can't get the job done, the job's not getting done.
Yeah, they're very reliant on him for damage at the moment.
Roshan is top, Shield Rune bottom. I may look for a solo pick, but it's not immediately running to CS. So I think she is just going for the CS, not worrying about any Necro kill right now.
Right. So if you're on Dire here, what's your plan?
I think part of what your plan had to be is do things before it got this hard. I would liken their situation to being constricted by like a boa, and the things you had to do had to happen before you were like started suffocating 10-15 minutes ago. Because now everything you could do is just so much harder and so much less likely to yield dividends.
Mm-hmm.
They had to make rotations sooner. They had to exploit their like nighttime.
Kunkka getting caught out by the hook shots. Yeah, I don't think there's anything he can do, and I don't think his team can get there fast enough to help him. That rum keeps him alive for quite a while, but just not enough.
And ultimately, I think the biggest problem is like intrinsic to the draft, which is that if you do not go even on lanes or like crush the lanes, this draft falls apart really hard, as we've been seeing.
I still think the game plan for Dire is just try and throw heroes deep, like aggressively into lanes, try and force rotations, and then take a team fight after that. Like you could sack this Abaddon to try and get like rotations up, kind of like what happened bottom, where the Slaughter and Clock TP'd over. But might be a little too late now, as Radiant have found the balls to go high ground, and they will begin pushing this top tier 3. Lincoln by Slaughter.
Yeah, Necro's kind of a
Hookshot miss.
wandering through the mid
Some of
lane.
these missed
doesn't
hook
have that
shots
TP.
are like pure upside for Radiant, I think. I think you do not want that hook shot to hit.
Yeah, especially with the no blink Slaughter. Probably won't
Okay,
be
Radiant-
full up there. Oh,
Necro's finally here, and they've got the go. Night Stalker jumping in with a big silence. Oh, but the Omni Slash goes off. Not to much effect, actually, as Jug is
Splinter?
getting awfully low
Still
and
nice.
will go down. Trading the Night Stalker for the Jug there, I think, is very big for the Dire.
makes their high
A
ground
couple
push
things to
way
comment
harder.
on, or are they gonna keep going? Thinking about it. I really like them to make up their mind so I know if I can talk or not.
It's pretty hard for Radiant to push without the healing ward.
Slardar, false start.
They're gonna run away, I think.
Vision
Still got
of
Aegis.
nonsense. Brambles here. It's a bit awkward. I mean, they got the tier 2. They could go take that while Jug is respawning, but what were you
Okay.
wanting to say?
Okay. So first thing, Night Stalker did a good job of using the BKB timing, along with the rest of Dire, to turn that siege into something useful. He did a great job controlling like 3 heroes simultaneously with his AoE silence. Love to see it. Secondly, putting the Aegis on Lina and then having Jug siege is very sus. That seems like just an unforced error. Either you put the Aegis on Jug or you let Lina high ground and Jug doesn't even like mess with it.
Yeah,
But again, even with all that happening, like you still committed Dark Ascension, you still committed Boat. So even though like it went worse for Radiant than it should have, it hasn't like closed them out of pushing at all. In fact, it's kind of given them another shot.
Yeah, we still have that Aegis. Jug's up. Jug is pushing bottom. They're gonna have that healing ward soon. Omni 20 seconds. The Dark Ascension is also coming up off cooldown. So we're probably going to see a repeat of what just happened top with some kind of fight breaking out.
I think we don't see a repeat. I think they're
Oh, we gotta go on the Night Stalker here. Gets comboed into death. No opportunity to go Shroud, but because coming out
Shard.
with some spell uses, a little awkward. Lena's getting killed by the Night Stalker. Aegis goes down while the rest of the Radiant is diving past the towers here. Trade definitely... Oh, not even a trade, actually. Necro was the only person to die in that fight.
They have to kill.
They did spend the
Aegis was
Aegis.
lost.
That's true, yeah.
All this poke's doing nothing with the healing ward up. There it goes.
Nice snipe on the healing ward,
Blink
and we've got
Clockwork.
Clock on
Holy
the
shit,
Dark
his
Will, a
base.
huge catch. Meanwhile, Night Stalker is going on the Lena again, and will manage to take her down. That's a true death. No Aegis to save you that time. We got a Lich Ult coming
That's
out
keeping
here.
out.
Oh, the Lich Ult is doing good work. And it looks like that's going to be a set of racks for the Radiant.
I'm not sure how Lena died there, because when I clicked on Kunkka, his tidal wave was not on cooldown. I don't know how she got so far in position there.
Yeah, not sure.
She
But
got
Night
titled
Stalker
at
was
least
able to get on top of her.
She was just kind of in the middle of things for a long time.
But like she was behind the enemy racks, and Kunkka didn't tidal wave her there. I'm not seeing any force staffs on Radiant that would have put her there.
They had 4 steps on Dire, maybe the
Oh,
Dire
maybe that was
Hero's
one of them.
force type.
If that was the case, then that makes sense.
Lich will be going down here.
Oh, poor
again.
guy. Poor guy. So this siege did not go as well for Radiant as it should have. I will say that. It definitely did not go as well as it should have. I think it should have been like
Yeah,
they get
only a
the
range
easy
for
burst
us.
kill on Necro, and then they just like dove too hard and like really split themselves up, and it got really weird when they can just hit the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
They also only got the one buyback from Dark Willow.
I feel like the poke of Dire, their high ground defense, is like
Lena's
not that.
bots backed into the
crazy.
mid lane to catch out Kunkka. Doing quite a bit of damage through that rum buff, and he does go down. Nice pick by the Radiant. Swift Flash used. Necro's here for blood. A little bit of revenge. I don't know if this is the wisest place for him to be right now, though.
30 seconds on nighttime.
Clock
Clock
Triangle's
blinks
not
in,
safe
gets the
anymore.
cogs, catches the Necro out of position. Dire is
Radiant's not here to help him just yet, though.
and neither team is there to really help their team.
Missed opportunity.
Fascinating stuff.
Nice force stuff. I have it on.
Fascinating stuff.
Starter blinks in.
Nice shadow run.
Yeah, nice reaction time there.
Hookshot got
Hookshot whiff.
stifled.
A little bit bungled.
Blinks in afterwards.
And it
He
does
was trying
look
to
like
defeat
it's
it
going to be the end of Necrophos, though. He is awfully tanky.
yeah.
Oh, no, no,
Ooh,
nice
Is
tear
he
by
trying to
Dark
defeat
Willow.
again?
Dark Willow did die there.
Oh, that's unfortunate for
Nice
Lena.
catch, big punish.
And he's looking for more. BKB's running out.
Target-rich environment right here.
Tasty guys running down.
So true.
Radiant's just kind of hanging out in the middle. Ooh,
Nice
flanking.
catch.
Nice pincer movement.
So
Oh, but
Slash.
the Omni Slash comes out, and it's going to
Nice
be
try.
enough to take him down. Slardar's in there trying to get some work done. Clock dropping the cogs. Here's Swift Slash, and the spin.
Stick, 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 stick.
A bit of an awkward Reaper's
Yep.
Scythe goes out on the Lich there.
So worried for Clock there. He had a death pulse on him.
Interesting fight. What a fascinating turn of events there.
A Jug has the new dormant Curio, by the way.
I'm sensing that your word choice is very intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Interesting.
I'm not sure how that happened.
I think Night Stalker played his role. It just felt bad. It still feels bad that his team can't really help out with him. They don't have the utility or the mobility to follow up with him. Like, I guess they have 4 staffs. Maybe they're cooldown or not. I don't really know. But it's up to him. And like, unfortunately, Jug just gets to Omni Slash him, and then he's really sad.
Right, yeah.
Now he's in a spot where like he's feeling tension to either like build stuff like Basher or build stuff to survive. Yeah, it's tough. They definitely need to start getting some threats on Dire other than the Night Stalker. Because if it's going to be all up to him, it's probably not going to work out. That said, this Lina needs to start locking in a little bit. She's, I think, slowed this game down by at least 10 minutes.
Like, on paper, that fight should have been perfect. Night Stalker gets on the back lane, and back line, excuse me, and the rest of the team collapses on the pause 1. I mean, they caught him out with the X, if I'm not mistaken, but they just couldn't take him down, and then he just walks over to Night Stalker, murders him, and the fight's kind of over.
Luck did a really good job in that fight of isolating the Necro and I forget who else was in there from the Night Stalker, preventing them from helping him out.
Necro Kunkka. Clock dies to Torm. Wait,
Yeah,
sorry, I read that wrong.
Yeah, Torm. Torm sure goes to the clock.
You know what it was? I'm not used to the Torm sound, meaning that Torm is dead, and so in my head it was the somebody died sound.
Oh, yeah.
Tidal? Joke puts the full
Unfortunate bounces, but 2 ults for Kunkkas, definitely not bad.
No buyback.
Clockwork's got the one of the new neutral items, the pollen bag. I think that's going to be one of the better neutrals this patch. It seems really strong.
It's very nice.
Restoration loss and percent HP, especially against a tanky team like this. I mean, Kunkka, Night Stalker. Oh, we got to go on the Night Stalker here. Clock jumps in. Lina is just getting targeted down.
No, the clock gets away. There's the dust. It's too late though.
Slardar comes in.
Fire on Slardar.
A lot of damage out, but they're just not able to take him down on the Necrophos. It finally goes down on Necro. Night Stalker's gonna follow.
Maybe use your pollen bag next time, Clockwork. Just a little pro tip. Maybe use your fucking neutral item.
Whoa,
thanks, bud.
Whoa.
So if they want to succeed on this high ground, I think the first step is missing hookshot so that they don't feed.
There you go.
Alternatively, hookshot in and then pollen bag. That could go pretty crazy.
Yo, you hookshot. You're right, actually. You hookshot in, you pollen, and you blink out. That's sick. That's sick.
Instantly removes 12. Well, not instantly. Over 12 seconds, removes 12% of their HP.
In our business, we call that good harass.
It's nothing to sneeze at if you take my meaning there.
Oh, I take your meaning.
Aha.
Going on this Lich. Lich blinks out.
Blink Glimmer.
The Glimmer cape lets him blink.
And
they catch
mops up the Dark Willow.
This is wacky. It's all falling apart. 30k net worth advantage.
2 sets of Rex gone. Radiant working on the 3rd.
Huge.
It's looking like mecha creeps.
So Radiant wins in convincing fashion, but I think it was still quite sloppy.
And the GG has been called. Will the game end?
I definitely like their draft a lot better. It's easier to execute.
Yep, easier draft to execute, win all lanes. And Dire just didn't really have the heroes to coordinate together to get kills, I feel.
Yeah, I would love to know what they were thinking with the Necro 1. I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't work, but it's definitely unorthodox.
I think any individual part of their draft on Dire could work, but pairing them with all the other ingredients made it very spooky.
I love these new post-game graphs.
Oh yeah, the graphs. Beauty.
I just skipped past them instinctively. My bad. I don't care about data. I'm a vibes-based player.
Yeah. So you can see at around 8 minutes, Radiant cores just all got ahead, and they maintained their entire position throughout the entire game. That tells me that they basically just came out of the laning phase way stronger. And they have the better draft for winning those kind of fights. Like, Dire was way more reliant on items. Like, Necro needed to get like a Radiance or a Dagon or something before he could contribute. Night Stalker needs items to be able to fight. Kunkka doesn't necessarily need items to fight, but just didn't really have a great lane.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's game 1. We're going to take a short break here. And stay tuned for game 2.
for that.
Yep.
You should be able to beat a first pick.
All right, we're live.
Hello, welcome back everyone to Game 2 of
Welcome back,
PDC.
gamers.
Pause 1 versus Legends versus Griefers Without Borders.
Respect ban on the Clockwork. Respect ban on the Slardar. Pause 1 is Legend. I think we see the exact same bans on the Enigma Wraith King. Again, I think this Enigma ban is wrong. Even if they have a great Enigma player, I feel like if they want to first pick that shit, you should be able to beat it.
Silencer
I
was
feel like
banned.
this is pussy hour.
Yeah. But generally, the natural counter to Enigma is Silencer.
There's Silencer, there's Warlock, there's Rubik.
Oh,
There's
Lich
so
ban
many,
comes
there's
out
so
as
many
well.
things you can do.
What
Wow.
I'm
You
trying
can
to
also
say
get like a Spectre.
is Silencer was banned by Griefers first game. So maybe Posman's Legend was expecting to see the Enigma because it was banned. But no Silencer banned this time, and they still ban it, so maybe not.
Chaos Knight, that's new.
CK.
Hold on, let me control F Chaos Knight.
First pick CK.
Sand King, let's go.
He got some small numerical buffs, I believe. And Sand King got very changed.
So I'm going to, in the client, read these facets directly.
You think he's going to take the blind one or the caustic one?
I think you take Caustic.
It's gotta be caustic. The blind's really good in lane, I bet, but the caustic's gonna be like a lot of damage.
The problem with the blend is you have to right click things, which Sand King doesn't really want to do, like mid game fights onward. It's very good for
I
learning phase.
suspect that this Chaos Knight is a support. And the idea being that it starts as a Vengeful Spirit with the Shard already on.
Does CK get tier 1 neutral items
Yeah.
with his innate?
What do you mean?
Like his innate gives them like the next tier, right?
Hold on, let me read another thing.
I think that's a facet. Unless
Whenever
they change
illusions
it.
of,
That's a
are you
fact.
talking about fundamental forging?
Yeah, the forging.
Chaos
one.
Knight can craft artifacts from the next tier when making a neutral item. So are you asking if he can make a neutral when
does
the
he
game
get-
starts?
Does he get tier? No, does he get tier 1s? Period.
Yes, he does.
Okay, I was wondering if he gets that new scaling neutral item.
Oh, yeah, I think it's possible to show up, but it's less likely because he gets options of the next level.
Right. It's probably worth getting it on him if you see it though, because you get tier 5s at 35.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
There's a ban presumably for the Sand King matchup. If I had to guess, makes it seem like they intend for the Sand King to be pause 3 rather than a mid.
We've not seen our pause when his legend pick Ursa for any of their heroes.
It's true.
So this may just be protecting something.
Granola cannot really, like, I won't say he can't, but he doesn't, and he hasn't for a long ass time.
Our
It
pause
doesn't
was
mean
legend.
it's a bad ban though.
Yeah, they tend to not experiment with heroes for their position 1. Let's say that. So if you saw an Ursa, it'd probably be like a 2 or a 3 Ursa, or something like that.
Still a perfectly reasonable ban. Life Stealer.
Jakiro, along with the Sand King. So a lot of magic damage and good stuns from those 2 heroes there for Griefers. Our Plasma's Legend secures the Life Stealer in the second pick for their draft.
It's definitely far scarier with Slark and Slardar being out of the pool, and Wraith King for that matter. It's definitely well positioned to be a substantial threat.
Life Stealer does feel very nice versus Sand King Jakiro, because you can Q and ignore most of their damage, most of their Wamba.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've seen CK played as a 5 by our Plasma's Legend.
That's what I'm expecting. I think this is a support.
So if I wouldn't throw the Jakiro down into that lane if that happens, because you're just gonna get pulled back by the CK and hit on by him and Life Stealer.
I think this is the other support, and I think it's the 4. That's my guess.
Pause 4, Zeus gives you some true sight to see the Sand King, because Sand King now by default has that invis.
Zeus didn't really get any crazy changes, right? Just some talent switch-ups?
Just
Yes.
talent switch ups, numerical stuff.
Mana regen talent has been replaced at level 10. That's probably the most substantial change I'm seeing.
Yeah, he gets the +1 heavenly jump targets at level 10 now.
So now, what is the other option for Zeus at level 10? Plus 200 health. I think you just take the health.
Yeah, I think that was the default one. Invoker got massively
Ooh,
reworked.
yeah. Crazy.
I don't know what this hero does anymore, so I look forward to finding out.
Yeah, they nerfed the crap out of his Exort ability and buffed the other two. So be curious to see if we saw one of those.
Invoker. Let's see.
Yeah, there's no more big meatball. Big meatball is gone.
So there's still Kata, but it's 90 seconds. It says 75. Sunstrike damage decreased. Just by a little bit, not a ton. I think it's just a flat. Well, there's a times component. So
I think
guess
the
it's not
hero
quite that
got
simple.
overall buffed just from the numbers changes. Like his damage got buffed.
Probably better in the lane, but I don't feel confident saying anything with authority on this hero right now.
I just think he needs to develop a little bit in the patch before he's like good. I think he's overall stronger, but it's gonna take a few weeks before he gets to that state. So you have Wombo combo up the wazoo with Griefers. You can Sand King stun, follow up Jakiro stun. You could just go Galaran and go the Cataclysm if you want to do a really simple combo like that. Invoker can go like the Wex for AoE tornadoes for even more damage, but that's not really a good ability to go with the Sand King Jakiro because it kind of fucks up their combo. The Quas Invoker facet is like AoE invis for the team. When you Ghost Walk, he also creates this like ice flow, which I haven't seen yet. So
I have
ice
not
wall
seen it
becomes an
either.
ice flow. And it's like this single target, like you place on the map an iceberg and it roots heroes that are inside of it. I've not seen
Ranger
it.
seems to be the answer for Lifestealer.
Yeah.
Is it pause 1? Or is it mid and Invoker's pause 1? I think if Sand King does okay and then like builds Crystallis and stuff of that nature, I'm not sure how that matchup looks once you get to that point between the Sand King and the Lifestealer. With like, the Crystallis and the Ags. To be clear. Because then plenty of your damage goes through magic immunity.
Right. Centaur is immediately snapped up, kind of a windrunner counter. Also, I think it's Jakiro a lot.
I'm a pretty big fan of it. Yeah. It's generally tanky. It's harder to take down. It's great for initiating on the enemy team. It's a great infest bomb target.
As well as disengaging.
And your comment about the Wind Ranger counter is also very true. It's hard for her to focus Fire Centaur just at a baseline, and then he can also build Flame Mail, which is super nice. He can be an Aura Carrier, which is relevant for the burst damage of the Sand King and all that stuff. It's also nice against Ice Wall. Pretty nice pickup. So I think we have not seen the mid of Pause 1 as Legend. And
is banning the Viper, so they probably feel the same.
Yeah.
Our Pause 1 as Legend thinks they don't see the 1 yet. They banned Juggernaut.
So they think Invoker is a support? Because I don't think you've picked this Wind Ranger unless
it could be support Wind Ranger.
It's a core role. I feel like the reason you pick Wind Ranger is to ult the Lifestealer. I don't know if that's like good enough, but I feel like if that's not the plan, then it's a less.
I mean, it's follow-up stun on the Shackle Shot. You get Gale Force, which can break combos up or break initiations up. She's a fine support. You could just flex it and then pick what you see based on, what Pause 1 as Legend picks here. Our Pause 1 as Legend, they need a mid, most likely. Once again, Queen of Pain is in the pool. Could see that. I'd give him a lot of burst damage, actually, comboing with the Zeus. Their team is kind of sustainy. So you'd probably want like some kind of sustainy mid, I feel.
I don't know if you need a sustaining mid. You already have plenty of sustain on like the likes of Centaur and Lifestealer. You could also like You probably don't go sniper. Probably don't do that. Go like Dragon Knight or the thing I was thinking of I forgot about already. Which sucks because it felt like pretty. Yeah, it was the Quap we talked about. I think Quap is also totally reasonable.
I think your lanes are pretty strong on our pause when his legend already, so I think just picking something that doesn't lose versus Invoker or Windrunner is probably a smart play. Just so that their mid can't be active and run around. They do go Quap.
Makes
Quap
sense.
is pretty sustainy. She can be around in a fight a long time, doing a lot of damage, silencing heroes.
Could choose to go the Bondage facet and a Blade Mill. Maybe Bloodstone, yada yada. Doesn't have to, but it's an option.
Once again, Griefers of Outboarders are kind of a more complicated draft. They're less reliant on items this time, which was a big problem with them first game.
Faceless Void.
That okay.
It's got a lot of setup for their damage. That's nice.
I'm
Gives
Pretty
you
classic combo.
a late game
Chrono.
answer to the Lifestealer. It's cast for Quap. Can't run away from Chronosphere. I think it's a pretty reasonable pickup. The thing I'm still like, I definitely like this draft better than game one.
a lot of wombo combo. I'm expecting Galar in this build, this draft on Invoker, just because you have the Chronosphere, tons of stun from all three, all four heroes.
We do. Looks like we're going to see the Sting facet from Sand King as well.
Okay.
Seal currently has the Irrationality facet picked on Chaos Knight.
That's not the good one if you're support.
Yeah, that is not the good one.
I mean, it does potentially break the void.
Nope. It's just worse.
Yeah, there's only one break.
You don't want your like CC to be a chance.
Right, again, the next tier of neutral items can really help out the team. There's quite a few good new neutral items available.
I don't think you go that one either if you're a support. You just go for the split shot on your Chaos Bolt.
Oh, right, forgot about that one. So I feel like... So Radiant definitely has more wombo combo this game. It's the same thing, though. It's a little bit harder to execute compared to Dire. Dire just kind of built like sustain heroes to try and survive the wombo combo and prolong fights and do damage through longevity. So
I'm hoping from Radiant for a couple different things this game. The first is I'm hoping that because they have so much wombo combo that they don't feel the need to like perfectly execute on it, and they have so much of it. That some
Looks
of it
like we got a skirmish brewing in the south jungle here.
Are walking high ground?
Yeah. Oh, nice double stun. Jackie Q. Centaur's getting awfully low there. Looks like he's going to be going down for first blood. Very nice.
Sand King next.
Get the Sand King in return, but Lifestealer's getting pretty low here. Will manage to go down. And they do get the Void in return. 2 for 2 so far. Fight's still going. CK is very low. Windrunner very low as well. Zeus and Quap able to take her down. Looks like Zeus might be next here, and he definitely is. Quap working on Jakiro. Oh, but that's on strike comes out of nowhere, and then Jackie goes down.
8 kills.
My god.
8 kill. First blood fight. Holy moly.
Oh, baby. That was something to see.
Okay, so they have a whole lot more wombo combo, a whole lot more damage and spells to throw out. So even if they don't like wombo combo them all, they should be okay, even just to throw out spells. Like, not everything has to be fully synchronized to be good. The other thing is I'm hoping that they will feel comfortable to make plays and actually manifest those plays without relying on their big cooldown ultimates like Chronosphere or Epicenter. Because even without those being available, they have so many ways to make kills, especially with the Sunstrike always being a factor. As for the lanes, where do we expect people to die?
I think Dire probably has the weaker top lane.
I think I agree.
Lifestealer just doesn't really get kills that early on. He needs to basically get phase boots and maybe an orbit corrosion before he can really kill things.
The point of tension top lane is Zeus wins on the trades, but if he goes too far forward to make the trades, then he can get punished and feed. So it's just about pushing the limit there, but not going over the line. Mid, I don't think anybody
Jackie's
dies.
getting pretty low down here. If he gets the... Oh, he misses the body block, unfortunately. So Jackie's getting out.
Yeah, mid invokers don't really get solo kills unless the opponent plays really poorly. Chima's a very good mid. I expect the Quap's gonna have a good time. Invokers probably just gonna survive this lane. You could probably get some kills in the side lanes though.
So Zeus is doing the thing where he goes too far forward to siege, but the burrow is used on the lifestealer instead of the Zeus. It's a little questionable. I think that was a Zeus kill.
I think they're worried because he doesn't have level 2 on Sand King yet. That must be it.
Bottom lane Jakiro, one more right click. No. Bottom lane's very low. We might see a Sunstrike down here at some point.
It's harder to set up, but it's possible. Easiest place for Sunstrike currently is top lane. Both water runes are available.
Mid lane, both mids hitting each other. Ice wall hits nothing. Yeah, and bottom lane, I think that Dire have the stronger lane by far. Centaur CK just sounds very scary. You can grab people and then stun them for a very long time. Both heroes have very nice base damage, base armor, base HP. So they're able to brawl very effectively.
Ranger secures the top water rune, and Invoker might be able to grab or at least deny this one. Man, that's a big deal. That's crazy that Quap didn't get anything. Just waited too long. It's an extra big deal because Invoker didn't do the Forge Spirit play where when the water runes spawn, just auto-deny one of them. Lotus's spawn, looks like Dire will get it bottom. Top lane, it's not been secured.
Chasing Jakiro.
Just already got it.
Stun him up,
Nice
followed up by
stun.
Centaur.
He's got to go down here, right? Yeah, there he goes. Oh,
Yeah,
that-
CK.
there he goes.
CK has
Do you
boots,
guys-
is a very fast hero.
How do you guys feel about this new font for like hero names?
I don't even have hero names above the heroes right now. I think my setting got messed up.
It's a new font, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
It's kind of yucky.
I don't like it.
Not my favorite, but doesn't bother me.
I think it's the
particularly.
tipping point for me. This is probably my last time in the Dota 2 client.
You go full-time caster now.
No, I'm gonna be a Heroes of the Storm gamer.
There you go.
Fair.
It's been a long
The
time
superior
coming.
game.
Yeah.
Any day now, I'm calling it. Here's the Storm 2. It's gonna go crazy.
They gotta hype up a PvE mode first.
Centaur does not get the value point in Retaliate versus Jakiro in lane.
It's a bold
Ranger
strategy.
secures another water rune. Quap does get the other one this time around though.
Bottom lane, double stun on Void. He used his Q already. Has the stick.
Nice wand. Mistake.
Strike. Ooh.
Sunstrike the wrong guy.
Dual breath. It's level 2 dual breath. That's actually going to kill
Oh,
the
he
CK.
does take him down there. Very nice.
Sunstrike was used.
2
10
seconds for the next
cooldown.
one. He's got
Secures
That's
pogging up,
very
dude.
barely.
Pogging up.
Yeah, let's go. He takes him
Jakiro.
down. Let's go, Jackie.
Much better start for Griefers Without Borders than last time. Love to see it.
Yeah, they're back for blood.
And how are we doing on CS currently? Lifestealer is ahead of Pack by a little bit, 10 above the Faceless Void, his counterpart. Quap is kind of decimating this Invoker, but decimating is actually explicitly too charitable a term. Currently doubling his CS. And the denies are insane, 17 to 3.
Yeah, it has more
Wow.
denies than he has CS.
Wind Ranger
it's
is
Invokers,
spending some time to
yes.
make stacks, which is good. That's super important for the Sand King, and potentially the Invoker via Meteor Hammer.
Is that done? Do people do that on Invo?
I don't know, but it's an AoE spell.
He
Makes
could.
sense
He
to
could
me.
do it.
Yeah.
Chaos Knight getting chased down by the safe lane. Void's going to go back to lane and farm.
So currently, this Wind Ranger is still a little bit of a question mark for me in terms of like its role in the draft. So
Look at
far,
these-
it's just been a stack bot.
Yeah, look at these stacks, though. Holy crap.
Zeus
Oh,
has
the
scouted it out.
cheeky Obs Ward throwdown by Zeus to block the pull for the stack. That was nice.
So this definitely is something that Dire wants to contest, of course, but it is tricky for them to contest it in terms of like taking the stacks. They can
Quap's
try and
coming
kill people
over.
that are there, and this
Oh
is
no,
Sonic.
Quap's gonna ult this
Oh,
and take
no.
all of them.
There it
we go.
is. There's the meatball,
Ooh.
though. Sand King's getting pretty low, and he goes down.
Dies to neutral.
Oh, he does die to the neutral. That's big.
Quap focused on the stacks more than the heroes right now.
Gotta capture that Watcher, very important.
Zoning Zeus.
Is the Watcher
CK's
halfway
here.
underground for you
They're
guys?
here for blood. They're going to be taking down this Windrunner here. Very nice.
So 2 heroes
Big
die.
stack seal.
1 dies for
Real,
Big
real
kills.
quick, guys. The Watcher and the triangle that Zeus just like neutralized, is that halfway underground for you?
Yeah, it sure
Okay.
is.
Okay, so that's new question mark, or is that a bug?
It was bugged for me when
Um,
the patch came out. I thought they were
know if
just
it's
like that at
supposed to be
game
on
start. So they made it so
Zeus
watchers
steals-
can't be taken.
Yes,
At,
before
game
runes,
start.
Watchers cannot be taken. I remember that. Zeus stole Radiant's Wisdom from right under them,
Brutal.
but
Jakiro.
Jakiro did the same thing,
Yeah.
so it's a
Double
wash.
steal.
First
Bottom lane.
Sonic Wave usage, not quite what you would have hoped for. Sand King dies to the neutral creeps. Definitely a little bit of breathing room for Invoker.
Speaking of Sand King, he's getting awfully low here. Oh, just
true
1
sight.
HP, and they do manage to take him out under the tower. Very nice.
Bottom lane.
Meanwhile, in the
Void
bottom
dies.
lane, soul for a soul, I guess.
Yeah, Centaur CK did a good job stun stacking to try and burst the Void. He didn't have Q, but Jakiro did a really nice ice path to save him. But Void went back in and died afterwards.
I'm a fan of the Ice Path pickup, especially with Sunstrike.
We haven't seen a ton of Sunstrike so far. I think 2 that I've noticed. I do agree with you. Ice Path level 1 is pretty good when you have that Sunstrike. Normally you just max out your Q and E, maybe get a value point at some point. Depending on if you need to cancel TPs.
Sand King is going to have Epi in a little bit, and his health as mana is good enough that once he has it, he'll be ready to go and doesn't have to go straight to base. With that all in mind, I would like to see this Jakiro plan on maybe taking the portal to go for some kind of play top, or Sand King goes somewhere else, but I feel like Jakiro being bottom is like not the best use of his time. And if he is going to be here, then I think stacks need to be happening.
Mid lane Quap is just bullying this Invoker. Invoker went Midas, so he's going to be a slow boiler. Sand King working on the
Sonic
Ancient.
And
kills.
he's getting
Sonic
killed.
Invoker, just missed that, damn it.
Nice Sonic.
Zeus is trying to contest
This
these
all
Ancients.
happens. This all happens while the regen rune is still ticking.
And they're
Well,
bullying
it's just
Sand
an
King
encouragement.
again. Sand King just trying to take the damn creeps here.
Oh, that's huge.
Oh,
Goes
he's
high
up on the
ground.
cliff,
Uh-oh.
though. Oh, they know. That's gonna be the end of him. Jackie's coming in, but it's just not enough. Nice power, or
Invoker
power,
stab does, but they
shackle
can't
shot.
Sunstrike.
Oh, but the Zeus takes down
It's a
Jackie.
disaster.
They're gonna
Sounds
be
ult.
chasing down the Windrunner. Yeah.
Man, that's huge.
Tons of magic damage.
So it
between the
remains
Zeus and
true. It remains true that they struggle to take the stacks, but they do have a lot of damage. I like that Dire has left Centaur alone because he's so tanky with the Vanguard that he's just like, it's not impossible, but it's so hard to kill him.
Yep. Expect this tower is going to go down here shortly. It kind of feels like all the lanes are losing again.
It does feel that way. And again, we're not really seeing rotations from Radiant.
They're fighting over the Ancients right now. Dire came back in and took all of the
Macros committed.
large Ancients.
So close.
Sunstrike misses.
And Jackie got the mad stun. That's pretty nice.
Sand King's here actually. Might catch a Zeus.
Ooh, Zeus out of position. No,
Oh,
he's
Liz.
gonna
Oh,
yell.
they don't go for it.
They don't know. They don't know. They don't know.
Oh, that's so sad.
Oh no.
Maybe could have
That
ice
fucker
path
deserved
there.
to die.
I think it was on cooldown from the fight earlier.
What was?
Pretty high. Ice path. Yeah, cast it on the ancient stack.
Oh, right. Maybe it was.
It's like a 20-second at level 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see with Mask of Madness
Lovely.
they do something with this Chronosphere.
Going on
Another
Invoker.
Sonic.
Oh,
See, this
he's
like
dead.
Dire makes plays and Radiant kind of haphazardly responds to them, but they're not making their own plays.
Jackie decides to man up against the Quap. Let's see how it works out for him.
2 skirmishes at once. Chaos Knight gets punished. Now it's up to Jakiro.
Finally, something goes the way of the Radiant. But Jackie does go down to Zeus and Quap.
So part of the thing that's like extra bad about Radiant's like lack of activity is that Lifestealer's free farming, Centaur's free farming, and Quap's getting kills off cooldown from Sonic Wave. So you're not getting anything by playing this passive. I just feel like they're giving up so much. They have smokes available, they got Chronosphere, they have setups for Sunstrike.
I think they just have bad timings right now. Sand King really wants his blink. Invoker went Midas, so he's not.
They have to
contribute
make
much.
their timings though.
Yeah, and Void
Nobody's
is just a
doing that.
hard carry. They gotta find the Invoker here under vision.
This is really
Dagon
part.
pops. Poor
Part of
bastard
why-
didn't stand a chance.
Part of why Dire can do this is because nobody on Radiant is like putting pressure on Dire or making space anywhere or threatening TPs, like forcing people to TP back for them. They're just like twiddling their thumbs in their own triangle and stuff. Centaur's going for the greedy build-up Vanguard into Blade Mail, and then it's like Pipe. Gonna be a really late blink, and it's gonna be totally okay.
Macro committed onto CK, Quap blinks in.
And Jackie goes down again.
And Windrunner and Jakiro are not able to do as much as this CK Zeus. Just unable to enable their cores.
They could do things. It's not completely up to them. It's not like just on them that the game is this way, but they definitely can do things. They're definitely missing a huge window of Invoker having the Sunstrike to chain off of any stun. Like, that gives you so much damage to kill people, and they just haven't been using it at all. We've seen, I think, like 4 Sunstrikes thrown out, and none of them were... They were all just like free ball Sunstrikes. None of them were set up by CC.
So 2 heroes for Dire were showing top, so Radiant.
This Void's in trouble bottom.
Yeah, they want to go on the
Chrono
Centaur.
used.
Oh, Meatball, Sunstrike. Oh no, the Lightning Wrath. Thunder God's Wrath takes him down.
It's a big
Do
kill, though.
take out the Centaur, though.
That is high net worth hero.
Club feels a lot safer to siege with the Chronosphere used.
Dire gets both Wisdom Shrines.
Life feels just going straight Radiance. It's probably going to be totally fine to do it too.
Yeah, when you're this far ahead, the enemy is this poor, might as well. Radiance is very difficult to deal with. We don't have any items.
So he sees the Void.
Never a good feeling as your carry when you're not even able to farm at this camp in peace. They're going to be a little of a skirmish bottom. CK is just going to
Nice catch on the Zeus top. Oh, he's got to go down, right? Ask a Bandis for the movement speed, and they do take him down. Very nice. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane,
Quap and CK clean up the supports again.
very nice.
There's just no like team play happening on Radiant. There's so many things they could be doing together, but it's like nobody seems to be on the same page. Nobody seems like they're forming a proactive plan. Just kind of
Centaur
vibing.
finds the Invo in the jungle. I don't know if he's going to be able to take him down. Yeah, no, thinks better of it. It's my
Now
Centaur
Centaur's
camp.
stealing Invoker's farm.
Yeah, they
It's
probably.
rough out here, man.
He's bully.
Like, Dire have still been playing split up. They could just be, like, running around as a 3 or 4 stack trying to get kills with Epi. But it just feels like they're reacting a little bit too much. And they're not grouping
And
up
again,
enough.
like that's true. But again, they didn't have to be waiting for these big ultimates to make those plays. They could have been making plays without that stuff available or with that stuff on cooldown, especially thanks to the Sunstrike. But none of that's been happening.
Ooh, nice dodge on this Sand King. Blinks away from the Zeus W. Still gonna die though, but gets the Epi off, kills the CK.
Very nice, very nice.
Zeus lightning up Jakiro. Jakiro's a lot of position. Centaur ult comes out. Zeus ult gets the kill on the Jakiro. Invoker now running.
Oh, they don't have vision for the invo.
AoE from the Quap gets him very low.
She's gonna go for the next Sonic or the next Scream.
Can
Oughta
she
be, right?
predict it? Ooh,
Find
can
him.
she predict- Oh, she sees him.
doesn't
Sees the
send
invis.
What a
it.
pussy, dude!
Doesn't
He's such
go
a
for it.
pussy. It's so embarrassing. I'd hate to be that guy. I'd hate to wake up in the morning and be that guy.
It's a tough
Silver lining,
game.
I guess.
Absolute disaster.
Life could always be worse. Can I get an amen?
I'm not gonna comment on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
It's okay. Sometimes the brave have to stand alone. Is what it is.
Yeah, brave is a word for it, I guess.
Brave is the only word for it.
11k net worth lead by Dire at 17 minutes. Just once again feeling hemmed in. They have not touched this lifestealer at all games. Tapping to
Does he get the radiance? Oh, he
free farms
does.
game of his life.
He got the radiance. He's almost a Yasha.
Radiant just waiting for shit to happen. He's the CK
And shit's
will-
happening as they're going in on the Sand King in the mid lane. He's pretty tanky, but does go down. And now they're gonna beat the shit out of that tower, I presume. Oh, more interested in murder as Quap runs into the triangle. Farming a camp.
Yeah, Radiant, Dire have set up a soft contain. They're just trying to restrict Radiant from getting any kind of farm.
I'm still so upset that Chaos Knight took irrationality instead of the
The good one.
yeah. Like is this more fun? No, it's not. It's not more fun. It's fun to stun people.
I bet you
It doesn't
that
make
one's
any
better.
sense.
I bet you that one's better in lane.
Oh, he even got the Curio.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Could have gone for the neutral one.
Centaur has the new poor man's shield. Just sitting under tower, taking tower shots to chew it up with that return damage.
It's a misdirect though, because this man is not poor.
Poor man's shield
Yeah, he's
and
got
band.
quite a bit of.
Get the Sand King.
Zeus kills the Sand King again. Sand King not having the best game.
I'm crashing out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what there's to talk about this game.
I
I just
seems
want to see them like do something different,
Yeah.
but they're just
Radiant just does not have any kind of cohesive gameplay. It feels they're just waiting for
yeah,
stuff to happen.
they're just taking it,
they're just standing behind their T2 menacingly.
not making play. It's not menacing either. It's like
Yeah, I guess
they're
that's true.
shaking. They're trembling.
I mean, if somebody dives the T2,
It's
they'll,
like when you
they'll
got
get put
you
in the
got a
bubble.
small dog and they start shaking. And
Bubble
they-
boy, oh, Bubble boy,
Chronosphere.
throws
There
the
we go.
Chronosphere.
Something.
All you have to do
Oh,
is
they get a
complain
kill.
online, gentlemen. It's action time.
CK
Caster's Curse does it
aid.
again, fellas.
Radiant ran
Let's
away because they
go.
used everything.
Man,
Yeah,
he was
that'd
such
be
a
actually-
fucking feeder, huh?
Void did die. Quap did die.
1,000
Not the
gold
worst
damage.
trade.
Uh-oh. Invoker too far,
Oh,
gets
I think-
dusted.
Hey, cuz,
Coming
just
out.
going for
The
what?
turd
No.
kill. Oh no.
A little bit of a fumble of the proverbial bag there. I think you just, with all your shit on cooldown, you can't be running out like that.
Bag is a word. Bag is a word. Bag is a word. Fuck you.
The hell are you
I-
talking about? Mid lane,
Oh, he's upset
Centaur.
I'm
because
crashing
I
out,
said
I'm
brave
crashing
was a
out.
word earlier when he
Everyone
was
is my enemy.
talking shit against
Centaur had a
Talking
nice
shit.
stun on the Jakiro,
shit.
gets cancelled by Shackle Shot.
It's alright, I followed the
Jakiro's
line. I
life.
appreciate it. Have a little inter-broadcast rivalry here.
I mean, there's no rivalry in the game, man. So I gotta manufacture the rivalry.
It got exciting for like 5 seconds. Come on.
Yeah.
It could happen again.
Look, if they're not gonna proactively make plays, I gotta proactively make plays and go aggro on you. I'm
That's
sorry.
fair, yeah.
That's just the biz.
How much gold do you think you would drop if you died?
Not very much. Not a whole lot.
Yeah, me too, probably.
How's your buyback status looking, King?
Not great.
Yeah, same.
I should really start saving up for that.
Maybe that's what the billionaires are doing.
Oh, Mark Zuckerberg's got his buyback.
Combo, Centaur, gets low, runs away. Wow.
Oh,
Sonic
here's the
Wave.
scream.
Follow up.
Invo's done. Rest in peace, Mr. Invoker.
CK
Rip
finds
Eve.
Windrunner.
DK.
All right, I'm gonna say it again though. Dire, really sitting on your asses here. Let's do something.
There's plenty of
We
T2s.
could take
that
Roshan,
be
we could take
pushed.
Tormentor, but people are just like vibing. Like I've flamed
Lifestealer,
Radiant,
level
but
15 Lifestealer for some
Sand
reason
King
is afraid of the
Qs,
Sand
tries to
King.
get the carrier. Oh no.
There he goes. Poor Sand King.
Dire is also just so slow. Do something, please.
Plop with the Bug Zapper.
21 Wisdom. Takura already grabbed theirs. Nice job.
Void is in the
Still up
safest
for
part of the map.
Dire.
What's the over-under on Jackie living this?
Um,
Oh
Well,
god,
not good
he's
if you
dead.
walk that
He's
way.
dead on my screen.
-2.
it's dead on my screen. Too.
Oh no.
Radiant has all their abilities. They're only getting weaker. They really need to just group up right now and get a fight going.
Void close to
Chrono-
item? No,
Chrono
not
two
really.
hits combo.
I feel like what they're saying is probably like, oh, I'm close to Ags, I'm close to BKB, just hold a little bit longer.
To be fair, Invoker's 600 gold off eggs. Maybe that's what changes the war.
See, like, yeah, you wait
That
for
could
that
turn the
one.
war. The
But
sickest
again,
chrono
like,
we've ever
you
seen.
don't have to wait for these things to make any play. There are plays you can make before those. You wait for those for the big ass team fight. But here's the other thing: like, at this point, a smoke of deceit doesn't have to be something you only expend if you expect a kill. Supports need to be using smoke of deceit just to get out on the map and place vision, so you have better information, so it's easier for people to slip push, and all that kind of stuff.
Torm. Shard on the Zeus. Very nice. Good shard. Ooh, Faceless in a little bit of a rough spot here. Gets spotted by the Lifestealer, and he's
Short
being
kill.
feasted on.
He's chasing though.
Is he gonna bubble it? He's not gonna bubble it.
Nice dodge.
And Bug
Sand King.
zapped. Unfortunate. Invo just a little late with the tornado there.
One thing I did notice, I do want to point out, is Invoker was going Atos. He bought the recipe for it, but decided
Yeah, you're
that
right.
this game,
You're right.
they're,
I do remember that, but I forgot. Yeah.
yeah, this decided this game that absolutely need Ags to have any chance.
I think
of
I
winning.
agree with that. I
And so
think
he
I agree
sold
with
the
that
recipe,
of it.
and now he has Ags, so we might see a Chrono here once Void's up.
All big is coming.
Is Radiant or is Dire expecting this? Have they seen it?
Dire's kind of grouping up too.
Courier lives. So he did not sell the recipe; it was just on his courier.
Okay.
They're
Second up
grouped
the casters.
They're grouping up. I don't know,
CK just
boys.
goes in.
Chrono's coming up.
Dire's coming
Nice
in.
slimmer.
He's teleporting.
Dire
in.
not respecting the
God!
Chrono. Oh god.
Come on.
Effie misses
Effie.
everything.
It's not great on the epi,
good
but it
bait, though.
could
It's
be
good
the
bait.
bait.
It's good
Baiting,
bait.
baiting.
It's
Oh,
The group up
it could
is
be
coming.
huge.
Support.
Cataclysm. Oh, it's so much damage.
Oh,
It's not enough.
Fucking go.
damn it!
And they got one. That was.
We were so close to greatness.
You got a GG after that. Go on. That was
Yeah,
perfect.
Maybe.
That
You're
was
not gonna get a
literally
5-man ult
the
like
best
that.
you could
Maybe.
expect it to go.
Oh my god.
So you could have had more damage because the epi didn't really do anything, and you didn't have macro fire to put on top of it, and so you could have had more damage. But yeah, it's like the vibes are probably pretty bad after that.
I mean, legally speaking, he can get refresher for double cataclysm, so that's improvement. But other than that, I'm not sure what
Well,
the plan
the
is.
epicenter didn't connect, and you didn't have macro fire, so
That's
there was
true,
more
that's
damage
true.
even in this current stage. That you could have had.
It could happen.
Cure returns.
And the game's called Defend the Ancient, not give up when your combo doesn't work out.
That's
That's
damn
true.
true. That's why I should rename it.
Obviously, he needs refresher, right? That's the
Yeah.
item that wins the war.
Honestly, just every hero on Radiant needs refresher.
Big EMP though. What that's worth? Not a whole lot.
If
Dire
EMP
going
does
to-
anything, it's pissed me off when it gets cast on me, so I can only imagine that Dire is seething right now.
Their vibes are probably cataclysmic at this point. They're going, really? Nobody bought fucking arcane boots? Zeus bought guarding gear, so that's not true, but they still say it because they're core players. They didn't check.
They probably can't afford to wait for Chronosphere for next fight. I think you're going with the Sand King Epi. And just get
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
not
just-
looking
they're
good for
just pushing the
Faceless
tempo.
here.
Uh-oh.
Taking a lot of damage.
Did he?
Getting
I thought
killed
he
by
did.
plus
Silenced. From the mom.
Oh, the jump!
Oh, the yump! The
stampede.
heavenly yump! And he goes down. Nice catch.
And Jakiro gets out of position too. Will Gale Force do it? It will.
Nice. Well, they made Gale Force smaller. Small Force.
Did they? Let's see. Wind
looks
Ranger. Cast
Oh, yeah,
range
radius decreased.
Radius decreased. It's a tiny decrease, but it is a decrease. Feels
Yeah,
bad.
They will
Sand
manage to
King's
take out the
gonna-
Sand King again. Poor Sand King.
Oh, that's crazy
Jackie?
cast range. Holy
Great,
mouse over reality rift, dude. What the fuck?
It's like hook.
He's actually vengeful
Oh.
spirit.
Wow, what the hell?
He's actually vengeful spirit, dude.
Meanwhile, Quap kills the Jakiro. Sand King buyback.
Is CK a better venge?
They have Chronosphere.
Oh, they got it. They got the combo. It's combo
Dyer's
time, boys.
respecting it this time.
Combo time. Now, one way to play around this combo time is.
Oh no, but CK's going in on the void. This could be a disaster. No, he goes down.
Has
Is buyback.
buyback though, so they can kill one person if they wombo combo.
No. They just get thrown in the towel there.
They could have
GG's
bought back.
guys.
You didn't even try.
Didn't even try.
It's tough.
Oh,
It's a tough game.
man.
Is the best team in this league so far. They were 7-1. Now they're
Fuck.
9-1.
Damn, that hurts to hear. Huh? That hurts to hear.
And they continue to
My
dominate.
day is fucking ruined, man.
It's a tough game.
Another
Anybody with
strong
them, man.
performance.
Anybody with them.
Not sure what to say about that game. They lost all lanes. They didn't coordinate. They didn't do anything.
Just didn't do anything. Could have done things, guys.
And Dyer was just in control the whole game.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you blame draft like that. I think it was just a.
Just look at the
I
win
blame
percent
game one's
graph.
draft. Game
Oh,
two's
jeez.
draft, I think, was totally serviceable.
Yeah,
I think
it-
the wind
yeah, it
was
was
the most
doable.
questionable part, but still totally serviceable. Feels
Alright.
bad.
Well, that was PDC. Griefers Are Borders versus Our Pause When Is Legend. Thank you all for watching. I've been Anthony.
No, fuck you all for watching. Get out of
Yeah,
here. Do something
there
with
you
your
go.
life. Go fuck
That-
off.
Yeah, that's been sorry.
That's the bad boy. He's the bad boy caster.
Yeah, he rounds us out.
Yeah, yeah. He's the
Can't-
edge
can't be
that
too
keeps the
wholesome,
young
man.
crowd.
Family member who can only say positive things, yeah, he rounds us out.
Thank you all for watching.